Ready for Winter by Marianne Mitchell. Art by Paula Becker. Isabel was helping Dad clean up the garden. She saw a squirrel run up and down a tree.
"What is the squirrel doing?"
asked Isabel. "She's hiding nuts to eat this winter," said Dad. Isabel looked up. A flock of noisy geese flew by.
"What are the geese doing?"
she asked. "They're flying south to warmer places," said Dad. When Dad put his garden tools away, a mouse scurried under the shed.
"What is the mouse doing?"
asked Isabel. "He's making a warm nest," said Dad. Dad gathered some firewood.
"What are you doing?"
asked Isabel. "You'll see," said Dad. Inside, Dad built a crackling fire. "Now we're ready for winter," he said. Salmon for Supper by Anne Ingalls. Art by Logan S. Klein. Alex wanted fresh salmon for supper.
"Father, can we get some fish?"
she asked. "Not now," said Father. "I have to fill the water jugs."
"I can help,"
said Alex, and she did. "Now we can go fishing," said Father. "Maybe we will catch some salmon for supper." And they did.
"Look, Grandmother,"
said Alex.
"Can you cook some salmon for supper?"
"Not now. I need to finish my sewing and then pick berries."
"I can help,"
said Alex. And she did. "Thank you for these beautiful berries," said Grandmother.
"Can you cook the salmon now?"
asked Alex. "If you can set the table," said Grandmother.
"I can,"
said Alex. The salmon sizzled in the cast iron pan. It smelled delicious.
6 Spotted Seals by Kim T. Griswell. Art by Pete Whitehead. 6 spotted seals snooze on the shore. 1 wakes up. 5 left to snore. 5 spotted seals snort in their sleep. 1 slides away, leaving 4 on the beach. 4 spotted seals sleep by the sea. 1 does a belly flop. That leaves 3. 3 spotted seals dream and doze. 1 spots a fish. 2 cuddle close. 2 spotted seals napping side by side. 1 goes splash into the tide. 1 spotted seal wakes with a yawn. 5 seals bark. 6 seals gone.
Silly Little Duck by Marilita Robinson. Art by Jackie Urbanovic. Once, there was a silly little duck who loved to swim in the lake. He paddled and dabbled and splashed and dived all day long. But one day, gray clouds rolled in and the rain began to fall. "Quack!" cried the little duck as he paddled for shore as fast as he could. "What's the matter?" called his friends. "It's raining," said the silly little duck. "I don't want to get wet."
Sing Me a Soft Song, Mr. Wind, by Nancy White Carlstrom. Art by Jennifer E. Morris. Sing me a soft song, Mr. Wind, the little girl said. Then she sat on her bed and looked at the dark night sky. But Mr. Wind shook the window. Rattle, rattle, shake. The little girl put her head on the pillow. She sang her own soft song for sleeping. Sleep, wind, peace, wind, please don't wake. Sing me a soft song, Mr. Wind, the little girl said. Then she put on her hat and coat and new red mittens. But Mr. Wind blew snow in her face. Whir, burr, splat. The little girl turned around. She sang her own soft song for walking. Walk, wind. Stop, wind. Don't do that. Sing me a soft song, Mr. Wind, the little girl said. Then the sun came out and melted the snow. But Mr. Wind took the hat from her head. Flitter, flutter, flap. The little girl ran after it. She sang her own soft song for running. Run, sun, come, sun, wind, give back my hat. Sing me a soft song, Mr. Wind, the little girl said. Then she watched the flowers poke their heads up. But Mr. Wind was busy pushing dark clouds across the sky. Rumble, tumble, play. The little girl looked down. She sang her own soft song for growing. Grow flowers, slow showers, wind, go away. Sing me a soft song, Mr. Wind, the little girl said. Then she skipped in the bright sunshine. And for the first time, Mr. Wind stopped. He saw the flowers. He saw the sun. He saw the little girl skipping on the green grass. Ah, everyone is singing a soft song, sighed Mr. Wind. So will I. Mr. Wind sang a long, soft song of spring. Grow flowers, shine sun, storm sleep. Little girl, run, and I will sweep the sky. The flowers lifted their heads, the sun beamed, and the little girl danced till it was time for dinner. Splash, waddle, and swim. By Marianne Mitchell. Art by Beth Spiegel. Camilla's class was on a field trip to the aquarium. Their first stop was the dolphin pool. The children cheered as the dolphin leaped out of the water and waved hello with its fin. Camilla waved back. Hello, dolphin! At a smaller pool, they saw turtles sunning on the rocks. Rosalba said, I like the turtles. When they went inside the penguin house, the class saw penguins waddling on the rocks and diving into the water. Evan waddled like a penguin and said, I like penguins. Next, they visited tanks of colorful fish. Camilla said, "Look at the fish!" When their teacher, Miss Lee, pointed to a star-shaped animal clinging to the glass, Dylan said, "It's a sea star!" Before long, it was time to leave. Miss Lee asked, "Would you like to come again?" Everyone answered, "Yes, yes, yes."
A Day in Central Park by Anna Galan, art by Roberta Angarama. Bibo Bear was relaxing on the front stoop of his apartment when Juan Toucan flew up to greet him. "Bibo, let's go to the park," said Juan. "Yes, I love the park," said Bibo. Bibo walked and Juan flew down the street. When they arrived at Central Park, Juan saw the lake. "Bibo, let's go to the lake," said Juan. "Wait for me," said Bibo, who couldn't run as fast as Juan could fly. When Juan reached the lake, he jumped into a rowboat and said, "Bibo, let's row." "I'm coming," called Bibo. They rowed all around the lake. When they brought the boat back to the dock, Juan saw a big playground. "Bibo, let's go to the slide," said Juan as he flew to the slide. But Bibo was tired. It was hard keeping up with his friend. Just then, Bibo saw a big lawn in the distance. That gave him an idea. "We've been playing all afternoon, Juan," said Bibo. "How about taking a nap?" "Yes," said Juan. So the two friends settled down in the shade of a tree for their nap. A Coat for Miss Mouse by Joy Cowley, art by Bernard Oberdijk. Little Miss Mouse wanted to make a coat. Where would she find the cloth? "Gather our leaves," said the maple trees. Little Miss Mouse wanted a coat. Where would she find a needle? "Take one of mine," said the porcupine. Little Miss Mouse wanted a coat. Where would she find some thread? "My mane, of course," said the friendly horse. Little Miss Mouse put on her coat and went out into the storm. She stayed as snug as a bug in a rug with her coat to keep her warm. Bert and Beth Go Far, Far Away. Story and art by Valerie Gorbachev. Beth had a sore throat. The doctor told her to stay in bed for a couple of days. Beth was bored. "You'll feel better soon," said Bert. "Then we can have fun playing in the meadow. And we can have fun playing in the woods." "But that will be in a couple of days," said Beth. "I'm bored now." "You don't have to be bored," said Grandpa. "We can have fun right now. We can go far, far away." "How?" asked Bert and Beth. "By train," said Grandpa. "Here we go."
Abby's Surprise by Lori Mortensen. Art by Miki Sakamoto. Abby made some toast today. Why she did, she wouldn't say. Stack of 8 on a plate. Abby made some toast today. Abby made some juice today. Why she did, she wouldn't say. Stir and pour, juice galore. Abby made some juice today. Abby picked a rose today. Why she did, she wouldn't say. On her face, soft as lace. Abby picked a rose today. Abby tiptoed to a bed. Can you guess what Abby said on this very special day? Have a happy Mother's Day!
A Cat's Tale by Josepha Sherman, art by Amanda Harvey. There was a cat, a lonely cat, who moved into our house. He brought a friend, another cat, who hunted for a mouse. He lost the mouse, but liked our house. And so he brought a friend, another cat, a nice fat cat. But this is not the end. For after that, a sleek black cat decided she would stay. And then there came an orange cat who would not go away. And after that, a tabby cat. I think that you'll agree that now we have too many cats. A real catastrophe.
A Choo 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 by Carol Kasser, art by Bouquet Erdogan. All the trains were lined up at the station ready to go to work. The big black train said, "Choo choo." The silver train said, "Choo choo." But the little red train said, "Achoo!" "Something is wrong with the little red train," said the station master. "Maybe these leaves are making him sneeze." So he washed off the leaves. Then the big black train said, "Choo choo." The shiny silver train said, "Choo choo." But the little red train said, "Achoo!" "Something is still wrong," the station master said. "Maybe this oil is making him sneeze." So he washed off all the oil. Then the big black train said, "Choo choo." The shiny silver train said, "Choo choo." But the little red train said, "Achoo!" "Something is still wrong with the little red train," said the station master. He looked in the smokestack, and look what he found. He carefully moved it to a nearby tree. Then the big black train said, "Choo choo." The shiny silver train said, "Choo choo." The little red train said, "Choo choo." And off they went.
A Horse in Room 2 by Bevan Rolfs Spencer, art by Abby Carter. Zoe loved to play dress-up at school. "Today I'm going to be a cowgirl," she said. She put on a cowgirl hat. She even found cowgirl boots. "I need a horse," said Zoe. But there was no horse in room 2. Or was there? "A horse has 4 legs," said Zoe. "What can I use that has 4 legs?" said Zoe. I know, a chair. In the dress-up box, Zoe found 2 feathers for the horse's ears. She used a polka-dotted tie for the tail and a blanket for the saddle. Each leg got a polka-dotted shoe. Zoe climbed on. "Look," said her teacher, "there's a horse in room 2. "Giddy up," said Zoe. A perfect name. By Marianne Mitchell. Art by Ann Johns. One afternoon, Jesse and his mom went to the animal shelter to look for a kitten. When they came home, Dad said, "What a good choice. What will you name her?" Jesse stroked the kitten's black fur and said, "She has black fur." "You could call her Shadow," said Dad. Jesse shook his head and put the kitten down. The kitten strolled between Jesse's legs, swishing her furry tail. Jesse said, "She has a furry tail. How about naming her Fluffy?" asked Mom. Jesse shook his head again. Jessie tossed a toy mouse to the kitten. She batted it with her white paws. Jessie laughed. "She has white paws." "Mittens is another good name," said Mom. "Whatever her name will be, she sure is cute," said Dad. Jessie gently picked up the kitten. "Yes, she's cute," said Jessie. The kitten began to purr. Jessie asked, "Your name is Cutie?" Cutie snuggled closer and said, "Meow."
A Silly Day by Marilyn A. Pfeiffer, art by Ivanka and Lola. As I came home from school today, guess what I saw along the way? A dog in a suit who was playing the flute. A squirrel in a hat who was chasing a cat. A bear on a ball on his way to the mall. A goat in a tie who was eating a pie. A horse in a tree who was smiling at me. A duck and a fox playing cards on a box. Did you really? I must say, you had a very silly day. A Surprise for Harriet by Nancy E. Walker Guy, art by Bridget Strevens Marzo. "Hi, Harriet," said Max. "Want to play outside?" "I can't," said Harriet. "I have a sore throat." "Oh, that's too bad," said Felix. "I hope you'll feel better soon," said Max. Max and Felix went back outside. They started building a snowman. But it wasn't much fun without Harriet. "I wish we could do something to make Harriet feel better," said Felix. "I have an idea," said Max. "Let's make a snow girl for Harriet." When they were done, they asked Harriet's mom for one of Harriet's favorite scarves. When they wrapped it around their snow girl, Felix ran over and tapped on Harriet's window. "We made a snow Harriet for you," he cried. Max and Felix went inside. "Thanks for making me out of snow," said Harriet. "And guess what? Mom says I can play outside tomorrow." "Great!
You can help us build a Snow Felix and a Snow Max, said Felix. Good idea, said Harriet. Then Snow Harriet won't be all alone.
At the Fair by Marianne Mitchell. Art by Claire Key. One summer day, Grandpa took Flora to the big county fair. There was so much to see. Food booths, farm animals, and lots of rides. Flora said, "It's very big." Flora pulled Grandpa over to the ice cream stand. Good idea, said Grandpa. He bought a vanilla cone for Flora and a chocolate one for himself. Flora licked the cold ice cream and said, "It's very cold." At the animal stalls, they saw squealy pigs and frisky goats. Flora liked petting the soft, woolly sheep. She said, "It's very soft." "Let's go for a ride on the Ferris wheel," said Grandpa. As they went higher and higher, Flora said, "We're going high." They rode the train and drove bumper cars. Then they slid fast down the super slide. Flora cried, "We're going fast!" At the end of their busy day, Grandpa asked, "Ready to go home?" "Yes," said Flora.
At the Store by Marianne Mitchell. Art by Carrie Pillow. Rico and Dad were shopping for groceries. "We need some fruit," said Dad. Rico said, "I like bananas." He helped Dad pick out bananas. "Let's look for some vegetables," said Dad. Rico reached for potatoes. He said, "I like potatoes." Next, they went down the soup aisle. "What's your favorite?" asked Dad. Rico said, "Tomato soup." At the dairy case, Dad asked, "Do we need anything from here?" Rico pointed to a carton of milk. "Milk." "Anything else?" Dad asked. Rico grinned. "Ice cream!" "Good idea," said Dad. "We make a good team."
At the Zoo by Marianne Mitchell. Art by Rob Hefferon. On Sunday, David and Mama visited the zoo. "Look at the elephants," said David. "They are eating hay." Next, David and Mama went to see furry white bears. "Look at the bears," said David. "They are eating fish." David saw monkeys hanging by their tails. "Look at the monkeys," said David. "They are eating bananas." "Look," said Mama. "That man is selling ice cream." "2 ice creams, please," said Mama. "Thank you," said David. "I like ice cream."
Baby Bear's Bed by Lucinda H. Kennelly. Art by Anna Curry. Baby Bear leaped up onto a big rock. He yawned and said, "Mama, is this my winter bed?" "No," said Mama. "Your winter bed is soft." Baby Bear sniffed a mound of moldy tree bark. It was sour. It made Baby Bear's nose itch. He stretched and said, "Mama, is this my winter bed?" "No," said Mama. Your winter bed smells sweet. Baby Bear scratched the rocky ground under a prickly berry bush. Sharp thorns grabbed Baby Bear's fur. He rubbed his eyes and said, Mama, is this my winter bed? No, said Mama. Your winter bed is smooth. Baby Bear crawled into a hollow trunk of a great tree. Soft moss made a pillow under Baby Bear's head. Sweet smells tickled his nose. He rubbed his back against the smooth wood and said, Mama, is this my winter bed? Mama squeezed into the snug space and said, Yes, this is your winter bed. Sleep tight, Baby Bear.